And here's Brock. And Brock is by far the most hormonal. Oh, what kind of role model would that be? And then there are two characters, and one's called Jesse, and the other one's called James. They're also prone to cross-dressing.
There would be no victor.
There'd be an awful lot of losers.
The Morning Stream.
I'm bleeding to death. Humor me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to TMS. This is the morning stream for August the 20th, 2026. Got a lot of 20s today. I'm Scott, and that's Brian. Hi, Brian.
Good day to you. Hello.
I am I know we say this a lot, but I'm very uncomfortable with how fast August has gone so far.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Don't like it.
No, I know. I'm with you. I had a lot of big plans for August, a lot of things I was doing, and I've not been able to get all those things done the way I wanted to. I finally, one of the most intricate puzzles I've ever done for Rock Puzzles Monthly required me, and I can show the middle part of this without giving anything away, but it required me to do a top-down map influenced by the game Clue. As you can probably
nice.
tell.
That's cool.
Yep.
Excellent. Exciting.
But it involved me creating this layout for these rooms and a whole bunch of items in the rooms that I'm excited for people to get this puzzle in their hands, but this puzzle has taken me the longest out of any of the other puzzles that I've done.
It looks like a lot of work just by looking at that image.
Just the artwork in itself, yeah.
What'd you use to make the layout? Just some kind of house builder
Illustrator.
thing? Illustrator,
yeah. And I was going to do, I started off, so I did the empty rooms, and then I popped up the Apple Pencil and my iPad and the Illustrator app and said, I'm just going to draw them in here. And then it's like, you know what? These are all just rectangles and squares and basic shapes. I'm going to do it by hand using just the tools. And I did it so much faster that way than I think I would have doing it by freehand and then cleaning up all those shapes and stuff. So
yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, it looks really good. Yeah. People are in for a treat. Thanks. But yeah, August, this is a similar thing for August for me. Actually, here's the funny thing. If I'm really honest about my August, I got a lot done that I wanted to do, and I did it. And I'm not. Yeah, it's funny how we do this to ourselves, because I got a ton done.
You launched a new daily.
Yeah, I launched a new comic strip. It's been going up every day. It's up at newduck.com. Did I tell everybody yesterday I put a random feature in there so you can just get a random thing now?
I saw it on Threads or someplace you posted, maybe Instagram or something, where you said that you did that. And it's like, oh, that's cool. And then you can just I missed a few days. Let's just see what's going on.
Yep, I put a little JavaScript in there that makes it so it doesn't randomly. Because sometimes the problem with random is you get the same thing twice, or you see stuff over. It has to use
the same, whatever the seed. It uses the same seed for the randomness.
So in this, so the way I have it set up is for your session, that time you're sitting there, you'll never see the same one twice unless you go through them all. Which, at some point you're not going to do that because there's 60 of them so far. But anyway, so I accomplished shit. But I still don't. Nobody looks at their own accomplishments and goes, I did what I meant to do. Right. Instead we go, I didn't do the other 3 things that I haven't done yet, and I've only got 10 days to do it or whatever. And I don't know why we do that to ourselves. We're hard on ourselves.
I don't either. And yeah, exactly. Well,
it's annoying.
That's the way it is. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. 11 days left in the month. Terrific. Okay.
Jeez.
All right, folks.
September, right around the effing corner, man.
Yeah. I've got a second audiobook to get started here, to have it done by the end of December too. So lots of stuff. Jeez.
You better get talking into that microphone.
That's right. I got a trip to Arizona planned, to a baby shower.
Oh, fun.
For one of my nieces. Yep.
You gonna get to see anybody, Tanner or anybody out there?
I hope so. It's not in Phoenix. It's in Prescott.
Okay. Not terribly far, but kind of far.
I remember going to, the Phoenix Sun, the Mesa what was the Mesa paper? And those two are cities that are just basically connected. They're one's a suburb of the other, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know where Scottsdale or Prescott or any of these other, like I've never really studied a map of Arizona to figure out where all these other places are.
A little bit of a spread. If I remember right, Prescott's more northern.
It is, yeah, because it's apparently northern and also elevation-wise similar to Colorado.
Yeah, right.
Closer to the Mile High, which means you don't get as hot temperatures as you do.
It's like us. We just kind of get the hundreds when it's hot, and I don't know, 60s when it's not.
Right. Exactly.
It's 100 again today. Freaking F this noise. You know what? Let's go, fall. I'm ready for you. Let's go. Let's get in here. Let's make this happen because I'm tired of this heat. I've had it.
Please.
Speaking of Tanner, quick shout out to Tanner. He had the worst monsoon-style storm come through Phoenix. People living there did, not just Tanner, obviously. But it ripped ripped a hole in his roof, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I felt so bad for him, and he doesn't know I'm talking about it, but I just want good vibes, good Tad vibes for Tanner. I'm going to show you one of these videos he sent me. It's kind of shocking.
Yeah, he posted some in the D&D chat, and but you know that he posted.
Whoops, sorry, that was loud.
August 9th, he posted some stuff. So 12 days ago.
Yeah, this might be the same video.
Oh, okay, all right. And he didn't say anything, or if he mentioned that it put a hole in his roof, I didn't see it. But
yeah, so this was just one shot, but look at that, just like lightning, bam, bam, bam. Winds got up to like 90 miles an hour. Yeah, it got really bad, and of course, you know, in the desert like that, you're gonna get flash floods and all kinds of other shit.
Yeah,
and ended up just ripping something apart with the roof, so you had to have a whole bunch of sheetrock pulled down. They got guys working on it. He's fighting the insurance company, like all that shit. And I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
So anyway, good luck, Tanner. And I hope the nuke plant you work at wasn't affected by this.
The nuke plant.
Yeah, because that place.
I'd buy that for $1.
I don't want that place to, you know. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Noonan selling nuke.
Right. Exactly. From the nuke plant. Yeah.
That's right. All right. Also, someone in my neighborhood has a rooster. And I'm not going to tell on him. You're not supposed to have him here because.
Do you know? So you know who it is?
I don't know for sure. It seems southwest of me, and it seems like it's. I think I know the house it is, but it's like two houses, or one house back and then two over.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's that house, and I'm pretty sure I know the guy who's got it, but. In the mornings, when you know roosters do their thing, you hear it over there going kick-a-pack-a-coo, or whatever the hell it does.
Yeah, it's exactly what they say.
Kick-a-pack-a-coo.
Kick-a-pack-a-coo.
Yeah. And every time it happens, I just kind of grin. It doesn't bother me at all. I have no problem with it. In fact, I kind of sort of like it.
Yeah, it's like, a little bit right. It's like it fits in with that like wouldn't mind living on a farm kind of vibe.
Yeah, there's something about that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I know you recently at a petting zoo or something. I saw you
yeah.
sheep or whatever.
Not petting zoo is a museum that's on a working farm.
Oh.
I mean, technically, you can pet the animals that come close to the thing, but you're not put in a pen with them. You get to walk around and you just go their fences and stuff like that.
Gotcha. So no goats are like butting you in the leg or anything like that.
No. You're separated from all the animals by walls and fences and stuff.
There's just something about it that I vibe with, and it doesn't bother me, but I know that there are going to be neighbors. I haven't checked next door. That's what I really should do.
Yeah.
Is see if people are complaining yet. Because I'm not narking on this guy. He can have his rooster. I think it's fine.
It's funny. So you're not allowed to have any, is it just no poultry, no live poultry?
No, you can have chickens.
Okay.
And there's some rules about pen size. So it's really
just because of the noise that a rooster, just because of that. The kick-a-pack-a-coo.
It's
kick-a-pack-a-poo.
Yeah, just no rooster crowing over there, whatever they, what's it called? What do they call that? When a rooster does its thing?
Rooster crowing. It's crowing, isn't it?
Is it crowing?
Rooster
cogburn.
Roostering is what it's called when they rooster.
I don't know what that's called, but whatever it is, that's the reason. It's a noise ordinance thing. But the way I look at it, there's some really loud dogs around here, and that's not against the rules.
And probably louder than the roosters, and those dogs probably bark all night, and the rooster is like, yeah, one and done. Saw the sun. Everybody letting you know, sun's up, sun's out.
That's right.
Time to go milk. Time for milking.
And the rooster, some call it a cock.
Uh-huh.
It gets up in the morning and just does its alarm thing. I don't know why they do it, but they do it.
Right. They just do it. It's ingrained. It's
one of my favorite videos is this guy with a rooster who he throttles it, not violently. It doesn't hurt it.
Jeez, okay.
But he throttled it.
A gentle throttling.
A gentle throttling on the neck when it does its rooster call.
Yeah.
And so it'll start going, and it'll grab the neck and then just shake it a little bit, and it just goes. It's an amazing short video, but I don't know how to find it quick, or I would.
Oh my gosh.
It's great. Seek it out, everybody. It's good
look
stuff.
just do it. Just pull up Google and search for throttling your cock, and then and let's see what you find, Scott. Let's
I'm sure that'll not get me on any kind of list.
No, certainly won't. You won't get some really strange results going forward.
I swear now, like we say this all the time, like, oh, but that'll get you on a list or whatever. The truth is, more often I'll say to Kim, to Kim, I says, hey, boy, it'd be good today, some beef and broccoli. And she'd go, sure, that sounds good. And then I'll say, well, anyway, let me open my phone and check my messages. And the first ad I get on Instagram is for some kind of beef and broccoli. And it's like, it's all listening to us anyway.
It is. It's exactly. It's so weird. I sent a video to you guys in FilmSack. It kind of got buried because we started talking about Hayden Panettiere, but there's this movie called, what is it? It's some Terry and the T-Rex, Tessa and the T-Rex, Tammy and the T-Rex.
Oh, okay.
And
I don't know what this is. Tammy and the T-Rex?
Tammy and the T-Rex. Okay. And it was one of the movies they showed before the end of Oak Street at Alamo Drafthouse, one of those like little funny trailers they show in the 30 minutes beforehand. And I said, this thing looks so freaking stupid. It's Paul Walker. It's Denise Richards. No, Paul Walker. Paul Walker.
Yeah,
yes.
Paul Walker. Yeah. 94. So this would have been before things hit for him with the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, exactly. And she was probably with, was this before she was 94? Oh, well, before she was with, Charlie Sheen. When was, Starship Troopers? Was that like
96?
Okay. So this was even before that.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think this was before her life would change forever.
Yeah. In so many ways.
Yeah.
This thing looks so hilariously bad that I feel like we need to watch it for FilmSack. So I send it over to you guys. No big deal. Put it away. Done with it.
Yeah.
And then I get a thing in like a recommendation. Oh, you should watch in an email, like in an ad in an email. You should watch Tammy and the T-Rex. It's like they're totally listening to us. They're totally hearing.
They have to be,
about.
right?
Yeah,
they have to
totally.
be. Someone asked if I just showed a boob. No, IMDb has this shot, and her hair is there. It looks like it's maybe a boob, but it's her hair.
It does look like it is, yeah. Is that in the film? All right, we definitely need to watch this.
Yeah,
Scott.
this is a scene. In fact, all of the photos they put in here all seem like they're versions of this. So
really,
yeah. But there's no need.
It is funny though. Like the hair does make it look like you're showing something on screen you shouldn't be showing.
Yeah, but and maybe the robots will still ban me. I don't know.
Sorry, Twitch.
I don't know how this works, but yeah, I'd watch that. It looks like shit. Let's do it.
Yeah, looks like absolute garbage.
I mean, I like who's this director? Let's see. Has he done anything I care about? The guy made Mac and Me, Ice Pirates,
Great.
Passenger 57. Dude.
Oh, really?
This guy is he's already in our wheelhouse. We just didn't know it.
Yeah.
All right, sign me up.
All right, we'll get it on the list.
Still making
Terry Kaiser is in this as the mad scientist. Terry Kaiser, best known as playing a dead person for 3/4 of Weekend. What's it called? Weekend.
My Weekend at Bernie's, or what is it?
Weekend at Bernie's.
My Weekend at Bernie's.
My dinner with Weekend at Bernie's.
Wait. Where is he? What's his name? I want to see
Terry
him.
Kaiser.
Terry Kaiser. Oh, there he is. Of course, his number one Weekend at Bernie's has to be.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. That's interesting. I've never seen him in anything else. Or at least I didn't think I had. Maybe I have and just haven't.
Well, you could have maybe seen him on Mannequin 2 On the Move.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Nope.
He's still alive, that guy. and he's got upcoming projects. So let's just see if there's
Good for him.
anything that says
He's 87 years old.
Yeah, still working. He played his latest thing in coming out called the Malachi. He plays the lone man.
Okay.
The lone, barely alive man.
Monica says, or should I say, Monica yells, Friday the 13th, 7.
Oh, he's in that?
Yeah. Friday the 13th, 7, says Monica.
Hold on. That would have been was that the Takes Manhattan? Is that the one?
No idea.
7, yes, I don't know what 7 is. It's just bad. I know it's bad.
Is it called something? Oh, The New Blood is what that one is.
Oh, all right. I think that one is bad, if I remember right.
Sure.
Most of them are kind of bad.
I was going to say, let's list me off the good ones.
I think 1 is interesting. 2 is actually pretty good.
Yeah, 2 is pretty good.
3, it starts to fall apart. 4.
I kind of like 3 with the stupid Dream Warriors. I won't. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's
Freddy.
That's Freddy. Never mind. Freddy the 13th.
And that was
Yeah.
Oh, they missed an opportunity.
They really did. Why didn't they do Freddy the 13th instead of Jason v. Freddy?
Yeah,
right?
That's a shame.
Monica brings up it's with the telekinetic chick, and I was thinking, oh, like the Dream Warriors, and then it totally got me on the the Freddy Krueger.
So wait a minute. This one had a telekinetic lady?
Apparently did. Yeah.
Well, let's just not. Why do that to your? That's a slasher movie about a thing that is already a little supernatural. You don't need to add extra shit. Put X-Men in there. Come on.
I'm not going to say who it is. It's a spoiler, but it might be somebody in a larger universe.
I know who it might be. It's Catwoman. It's
Catwoman. We've moved her. We've moved her into Friday the 13th, Part 7.
Yeah. With full Randy approval.
Yeah.
All right.
What kind of American are you?
That's the wrong one.
I've moved Catwoman.
There it is. That's what I meant to play.
Okay, I was going to say, you can't imagine those things are labeled anything close to each other.
No, but they are they are right next to each other physically, and I screwed up and clicked the wrong one. Hey guys, look, it's time for us to do our the fourth. What do we call the fourth estate? The press.
Yeah, the press, the freedom of the press.
Yeah, we got to get that out there.
Freedoms.
So here it comes, right here. Well, it's time for the news, and it's brought to you by
Coverville, taking place right after TMS today, where thanks to the birthday of co-founder Tanya Donnelly, who formed a band called the Throwing Muses with her stepsister Kristen Hirsch back in the 80s, and then went on to be in Belly and the Breeders, all 3 excellent bands, and then some amazing solo stuff. So it is the Tanya Donnelly cover story. She just turned 60. It's amazing. And so covers of this post-punk rocker. She's awesome. She, she's just one of those that, like Debbie Harry and Joan Jett, needs to be in the badass rocker woman Hall of Fame kind of thing.
I agree. She's a little. She's so much. Well, she's not the name. She's not the household name. The other names are that you mentioned, and that's
like
unfortunate.
Hirsch.
Yeah.
I mean, Kim Deal and Kelly Deal, but only because of the Pixies and stuff. You get those names, but
something I've noticed lately. I was listening to the Mel C interview.
With Theroux.
Justin Theroux.
Yep.
And she's older than me, or no, same age as us, something like that.
She's got to be younger than us, isn't she?
I think
considerably younger than us?
Well, I don't think so. She's 73 or 2 or something like that. So a little younger. Wow. A couple years.
Wait, Mel. I'm sorry. You're saying Melanie C is...
Wait, is it Mel B or Mel C?
Well, Mel C is Sporty Spice.
Okay, then it's Mel B. It's the one that's buff as hell right now.
That's Mel C. That's, Mel C was always the sporty one. She was always the one who was... the more athletic of all of them. She's 52.
There we go. That's her. That's the one that got interviewed. Yeah. I get the males mixed up.
Okay. Did you say,
I don't
you say she was... Oh, you probably meant she was born in like 74. I thought you said she was 74.
No. Born in the 70s. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I was clear. She's 78 years old.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like you said. I'm like, no, they're all younger than us.
No,
Yeah.
definitely more close to our age. But anyway,
Yeah.
she's on this interview. It was a really interesting interview. Turns out she's kind of the peacemaker of the group. Anytime there were like fights or falling outs or whatever, she was like the one that had to swoop in and like solve everybody's issues. But
she easily had the best voice of all 5 of them.
oh yeah, and they talked about that. And she was super humble about it. She's like, I don't know about that.
Of course she would. Yeah, I mean, as the diplomat, of course she would say that. And
Yeah.
you know what? They all have all 4 of the 5 of them have their musical strengths.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And they all can dance like a bunch of freaks.
They all can dance. Yep.
And she's just freaking ripped. Anyway.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
The reason I'm bringing this up is she reminded me, and this is true of a lot of folks right now, including the person you just mentioned for your Coverville today. Mm-hmm. We as a society, I think, are getting better at not saying, oh, you're over 30, you're washed up, see ya.
Right.
We're getting better at saying, oh, Tears for Fears has a new single, let's go listen to it. Or, we're letting these artists be artists, even though we used to have such ageism about them. We would just like, you're out of here. With few exceptions, like Rolling Stones got away with it for some reason, things like that. But women in particular, like women performers, I feel like just get discounted because they're older. And you're starting to see less of that now, and I think that's a good thing. You know,
I want to think that it's because their activity isn't at the whim of their labels anymore. Yeah. People can now self-release and create their own label and put out their own stuff and self-published and not be restricted by a label that says, all right, we only want to have new performers and young artists, and that's where the money is. So, sorry, your contract only lasts until you're 29 and 11 months and 30 days, and then we're done with you.
Yeah.
But now that people can say, you know what, there's so many platforms I can release my stuff and stay relevant and continue to make the music I want to make and do it well into my 60s and 70s.
Yeah, why not? As long as you want to do it. I think it's awesome. And she still works with the producer that helped them make Wannabe.
Really?
Like she went all into this whole thing about how she'll work with that guy till she dies.
Not Max Martin, is it? No, Max Martin was more the Britney Spears and NSYNC and stuff like that.
She said the name and I cannot remember it.
Simon, not Cowell, Simon, not Fuller.
Fuller, no. I don't think it was Simon. I could be wrong, though. Okay. It might have been. Okay. It might have been.
Yeah.
Here she is, by the way, recently on a thing. Just could kick my ass.
She could totally kick our asses, and she,
badass.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah. She's a powerhouse and such a great vocalist. The new album is fun. If I worked out more, I'd enjoy it even more.
It's electronica stuff, right?
It's a great gym album. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I haven't heard it yet, so I'm gonna check it out later today because I do like that kind of stuff. I went to the gym today. I should have listened to that. Why didn't I?
There you go. Listen to that. Listen to Mel C's new album, Sweat.
Yeah. Which is a little gross. That's fine, though. We all sweat.
We all sweat.
I mean, I'll raise my hand. I sweat today. Today I sweat.
Yeah.
And I wiped it off when I got up from my thing like you're supposed to. I sweat. I sweat.
I sweated? What is the past tense of sweat?
I sweated. I swat. I
swat.
I will sweat again. I don't know. What is it, you guys? I sweated? I perspired. Right? I know you can say I perspired.
Okay, it says both sweated and sweat. So I sweat through my shirt yesterday. It just didn't seem right.
I sweat through my shirt
yesterday.
You know what? That sounds right.
Does it? It doesn't sound right to me. So
I sweat through that shirt. Yeah, it sounds right to me now that I hear it. But when I was picturing it, it didn't sound right. Or if I said, what'd you do at the gym? I sweated really hard.
Sweat is common in informal speech and idioms, but sweated is for formal writing, literal perspiration. So sweated is the preferred. The Oxford English Dictionary preference is sweated.
Oh, good. The Wraith says moisted. I like that.
Sure.
Glistening says Cappy GMAC.
Just say perspired.
Yeah, say perspired.
Gentlemen.
We have perspired.
I don't sweat, I perspire.
Yeah.
Second of all, I don't perspire.
Jay says sweat, swat, swunk, swat.
Sweat.
It's pretty good. Yeah. All right, story number 1.
Cool. Yes.
High school football player in Arkansas. Some would say Arkansas, but they'd be wrong. Mm-hmm. Practices with a venomous snake in his helmet. This is his motivation. This is how he gets it
I was
done.
going to say, it sounds like he does this on purpose, but I don't know if he does. Does he?
Well, let's find out. High school player in Arkansas had every right to be rattled after finding a venomous snake inside his helmet during practice. The Momel, is that how you say it?
Momel, yeah.
High school student.
Malmel.
That's a weird name for a high school.
It is.
It must be a dude's name.
Malmel, or or town or something. Malmel.
I don't like it. I've been to no. Where have I been in Arkansas?
You've probably been to Little Rock, right?
I've never been to Little Rock. I've been to Texarkana, a little tiny corner up there where Ross Perot was famously from.
Okay.
Weirdest town because it's Arkansas and Texas. The border is down the main street.
Oh, is it really? So it's like that movie I haven't seen yet, where there's the two sides are split, and isn't it a state border, or no? It's just a city border where they're split.
Yeah, in this case, it's state and city.
Yeah,
and one side, the Texas side, or was it the other way? One of the side, I think the Texas side had like really shitty roads, like lots of potholes. So they had potholes all over the place, kind of less kept, looked kind of poopy over on the Texas side. And the Arkansas side was beautiful, like really well kept street. And the locals told me that that's literally the deal. Like state funding would go to pay for road repair and beautification or whatever in one state
so far.
But the other state on the other side of the road and that direction didn't get the same funding. So it literally, they physically, legally had to stop in the center. You can't just
like you drive north, like driving northbound. Oh, it's the smoothest ride ever. Driving southbound, it sucks.
It was really weird. I don't know if it's still the same, but it was like that in the
wild.
90s.
Let's see. Been to Little Rock, been to Fayetteville. Both of them were newspaper. Fort Smith. So those three. I'm just looking at a list of Arkansas cities, and like I couldn't tell you the Fort Smith. Everything feels like the Times Journal. The Fort Smith Times Journal. The Fayetteville Times Journal. The Little Rock.
They all could be the Times Journal.
Oh, one of them was called the Arkansas Democrat. That I remember. I think that was in Little Rock.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I did go to Bentonville once. Don't remember what for. I don't remember. What did I go to Bentonville for? Visit somebody or something? I don't remember. The worst town I ever drove through to get there was Louisiana. What's the name of the town? Shreveport is a
it's a pit.
It is a shit stick.
Yeah, we had the Shreveport Times. I drove, so I did the Shreveport install, but then also did the Tyler, Texas install same time. And if you're in Tyler, Texas, you can drive really quickly to Shreveport. There happened to be a riverboat casino, and I'm like, you know what? I've got an extra night here. Let's go out to let's drive from Tyler, the Rose capital of the United States, by the way.
Oh, really?
That's where I made a sign for my trainer that said, welcome, KYBU radio, Tyler, Texas welcomes Keanu Reeves, and stood at the airport and waited for him.
Oh, that's right.
But it was Tyler, Texas. We drove out to Shreveport to the riverboat casino, and they basically every 59 minutes have to close the doors and raise the gangplank to prove that it's a boat, and then lower the gangplank and then open the doors again, so that it just goes back to just being rooted there. But because it can't be a permanent structure, so it has to, like, all right, maybe it wasn't 50, maybe it was every 2 hours they have to do that, but it's really good.
It's so silly though.
Yeah.
Right?
It really is silly. Yeah, Shreveport was horrendous.
Yeah, it's just a terrible town. And look, and no offense, there are places in Louisiana that blew my mind. Beautiful, wonderful people, just amazing Southern class, like real great.
Absolutely, yes.
New Orleans is fun, although there's places there I wouldn't ever go. But like Shreveport, are you okay now? Like, it's been a while. Maybe it's all gentrified and fixed it up. I have no idea now. But back in the day, Shreveport was Brian said it was a pit.
It's a pit. Yeah, it's a pit.
No other way of saying it.
And not the good Noah Wiley kind.
No, Shreve Pit.
Not the good superhero not Image Comics. The good bulky buff superhero kind, the Pit. But no, whole different one.
Was that that was Image?
Was it Image? The Pit?
I think so. The Pit?
Yeah.
Wait, what am I thinking of? The Max?
Yeah, there's the Max too. Both of them were like MAXX and PITT.
Let's see.
Yeah, the Pit is Image. Uh-huh.
Oh, that comic. He's basically Lobo, but off-brand.
I guess so, yeah.
Or he's like Hulk Lobo.
Timo Lobo.
Yeah, he's Hulk Lobo because it was the Hulk. It was the Hulk creator that made him.
Yes, super buff. Oh, was it really?
Not creator, sorry. The guy that was famous at Marvel for I can't remember his name.
Puchulo? Dave Keown.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, his art is unmistakable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Pit.
Never bought any.
The show and the
I love the show.
Comic is great.
I bought a bunch of Image comics back in the day. Still have like the full, well, not full, but at least the first year or two of Gen 13 and Youngblood and
all that Jim Lee stuff.
Wildcats. Yeah,
Wildcats was great.
It was great.
For a
really cool superhero team.
I like the Silvestri stuff too. That was really good.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
There's your news. Kid
There's
found a snake in his helmet.
helmet.
Yep. He didn't like it. He pulled it out, freaked everybody out of the game. That's your news story for today.
Wow.
That's
All right.
how it went.
Good. Very good.
Now this.
Something wrong, Batman? Has anybody seen Wendi?
Oh, why'd that fade out?
Something wrong, Batman?
There we go.
Has anybody seen Wendi?
Wendy, I don't know why you faded out, but it did. Hi.
No fades.
No fades on Wendy.
fades.
Not today. Not ever.
No.
My sister Wendy, she is a therapist and a mental health expert. Comes on the show on Thursdays and helps you guys with your problems at home. And we don't know why she does that, but she does, and we like it. We're happy about it. I mean,
we don't know why you do this, but we're glad you do.
You've been doing it for a long time, and it's a little bit of it's a little slummy, for you. You got a lot of highfalutin stuff to do right now.
I know. We consider ourselves lucky to get you, but we know.
No, but do you know what I would like, you guys?
What's
every
that?
time you guys turn on the clean feed or whatever, right? Like, so I suddenly pop in. You're speaking the final, 30 words of whatever you were saying.
Yeah.
I should write them all down and put them in one sentence. It is wild.
Because contextually, what we just said about a snake in a helmet made no sense to you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Plus
Yeah.
all the, like, you just were listing things, and sometimes it'll be like about a rash, and sometimes, and I did this in college for a minute. I just found this super funny as I would just eavesdrop. I'd walk around campus and I would eavesdrop just a sentence or two from someone walking by or someone near me, and then I would put it into one run-on sentence.
Yeah.
I guess I had some free time. I don't know, but it was so funny to me, and so I feel like I live that a little bit with the show.
Nice, every Thursday. Okay. Well, you do get something fun out of this. See, it's great.
Sometimes it's disgusting, and I'll tell you, those ones.
Yeah, you're not going to write those down. No. Well, good. Well, it's good to have you here. We actually have a couple of things today. One, a question from a listener, but also a good one too. I mean, they're always good, but this one is in particular, I think, is pretty strong. And then we're going to talk about a thing you can all help with if you're feeling frosty. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll start with this though. Do you feel like, Wendy? Do you feel like sometimes we were raised on Frosties, the Wendy's Frosty?
Oh heck, that's like 90% of my DNA.
Yeah.
Frosty that if you let melt, you wouldn't be able to pay me $1 billion to eat.
No, they're horrible
because they're still as
they're
thick.
just plastic or something. Right?
Yeah, they're still as thick when they're melted as they are when they're cold, which is not the way physics work with ice cream.
No, and the McDonald's ones are worse. They're just like a fluff ball when you're done if it's warm.
It's so gross.
Yeah.
But when we were kids, that was like how you'd celebrate for your birthday. You'd go to Wendy's and get a burger and a Frosty, and I just remember being freezing every time.
Yeah.
Did you
air conditioning, etc.
Yeah.
When you went there, would you go, man, I wish my name was spelled like that?
I should have a normal name.
I think I consistently thought, what if Dave Thomas was my dad? My restaurant.
Well, you'd inherit a lot of money is what you'd get. You would have had a huge
it'd be
inheritance.
different, man.
Yeah, forget about Done for Donuts. Would have had Wendy's money.
Perfect.
I just felt like we always did that, and my dad would always call them. He didn't call them normal names. He called it a Wendy burger. That's how we would order it.
Really?
So
Yeah.
he said, "We're gonna go get a Wendy burger and a shake." I'm like, Dad, they're called Frosties, and it's a #1 combo or whatever.
Dave, whatever.
He just couldn't get it, or he'd say, "Your deluxe burger" is what he would order.
Oh yeah, always.
I loved it. All right, let's get to today's question. This is from someone named Cherry T. They said it was okay to use their name in the subject. I didn't include it here, but anyway. Hi, Wendy and the boys. Hey, Brian, that's us.
Sure, that's us. We're the boys.
You guys talk about focus and lack of focus quite a bit, but I have a question that never seems to come up. Why can't I hyper-focus on hobbies or random topics for hours, but I can't focus on some basic daily task for 10 minutes? I added some inflection there.
Here.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know why we haven't asked this during these other discussions about focus and, learning how to train your brain to like block noise and all that. But we never do. So why is it that, why is that? We all do it to some degree, but why do we do that?
Mm-hmm.
And some very much more. So first of all, Cherry, I think, this happens every single time we do one of these shows. I'm like, what did I even say? Like, I can't remember as soon as we hang up.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping it's not garbage and wrong or something, right? But, I swear when I saw this message, I was like, oh, there's no way I haven't. This is so important. Why? And realizing like, oh yeah, you think you have self-awareness a little bit. This should have been in every discussion.
Yeah.
So I love that they're pointing this out because it is probably the most common argument you'll hear or criticisms you'll hear of parents towards their children, actually, that he can play video games for 7 straight hours, but he can't do his homework. Like this is so common as an element of just like human brains. And then in a lot of, in almost every case of ADHD. So let's just take it from the full clinical perspective first, and then we'll come back to like regular humans who don't have neural superpower. But this hyper focus at times, and then literally cannot do a thing. That is just so easy to do, or, basic, right? Okay. And the number one problem is labeling. So when we as humans, maybe we could come up with a bunch of these, but we will mislabel something. And ADHD is probably the most mislabeled diagnosis we have.
Really?
And that's because it is not a deficit in attention. And that's what those are the words.
Yeah, I was going to say that's literally the name of this.
That's
literally the name. Hyperactivity, I think, fits a little better, right? There is a version of, not everyone has that subtype, but there is a version that is hyperactive, and then there's a version that's inattentive. Okay. And that's how you distinguish the two. You'll have an ADHD diagnosis, inattentive subtype, or hyperactive subtype. Okay. And the inattentive or the attention deficit part is frustrating as we've learned more how it works. And that's because it isn't that you can't attend to something or have attention. It's that it's actually a dopamine problem. And it's a motivation issue. And it is a bunch of other things happening. And it's not that you can't pay attention. I think, honestly, it's sort of origins, and I didn't look up this specifically, but it's just schoolrooms, right? It's a classroom where the kid is not paying attention, right? So it makes sense why it was formulated and named sort of the way it is. But the more we learn about it, we realize it's not that thing. And how we know is that part of the diagnosis is hyperfocus, right? And so everyone probably can relate to this, but then folks with ADHD will find that it is the hyperfocus is so intense. Like they'll stop eating, they'll stop functioning because that attention is drawn so, strongly towards something. And where maybe someone else can be like, oh, I wasted a couple hours focusing on a thing and now I'm going to go get a snack. Like it's not ruining their life, right? Whereas diagnostically, we always look at how does this impact your life? If your hyper-focused tendencies mean you miss appointments, you're in trouble at work, your relationships are suffering, well, then we're in pathological territory, right? So hopefully that makes sense. So really what's going on is, and we'll give each of you your chance to tell us what is the most recent thing you hyper-focused on, and then let's just talk about what happened in your brain.
Okay, interesting.
Mine. Want me to go first?
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago, Nintendo dropped their new Pokopia DLC, and I found myself having to say, okay, just 1 hour of this because I've got other things to do. Yeah. And of course, like 2 hours goes by and I completely, and for whatever reason, I can have 18 to-do items in frickin' Pokemon Pokopia building this stupid environment. Oh, I got to make this habitat and this habitat so I can get these Pokemon. But give me another to-do list that actually has work on it, and it's like, oh, what else can I do? What can distract me from doing any of this, because I don't want to do it.
Is that a dopamine thing where he's the reward?
Okay,
Sure. Oh yeah, the video game, huge dopamine,
Yeah.
I would assume.
Huge dopamine. It hits all the right buttons. And but there's a couple other things here. There's novelty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Novelty is incredibly rewarding to an ADHD brain. And it is so what's happening is we'll just say someone who gets a lot of paperwork done, when they look at their to-do list, they are actually getting dopamine to go to then do the sort of mundane task, right?
Right.
The person with the dopamine deficiency is not going to get any dopamine to help them. They're going to have to trick themselves. They're going to have to come up with bribes. They're going to gamify. You have to find a million different motivators outside of dopamine naturally being released to do the thing. But put a novel thing in front of both of them. Both are going to be like, cool, let's do that. But one is going to go, finally. It's sort of like having vitamin D after a dark winter or something, where you're like, and I feel human. Like, I don't have to try so hard. I can, and that will always come with novelty. And right size challenge is kind of the terms that we'll use. Like, we'll use my burgeoning knowledge of video games, and the big boss. Like, you have to have a sense that you are eventually going to get there, right? If it was just impossible over and over and never, and you heard that no one has ever passed it, and you would lose the motivation, right? Because it's just too much. Like, they made it unwinnable. Eventually, people would stop playing that.
It's actually a really, it's funny, you sort of talking about video games like you're not really super knowledgeable about it, but that's actually a really fine line that a lot of games have to, that's like part of the design language of it, of being like seemingly challenging, but surmountable, and knowing, like playing a game and knowing that you can do this is a huge get. If your game is meant to be really hard, it's actually a really important part of the design. It's hard to explain, but you're basically a game designer is what I'm saying. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I am. And that's my second career.
Yep.
No, it's why it's so effective, because you do think of the joy you get after the right size challenge. You worked really hard at it. This is why people actually will find less pleasure in games when they find the cheat code, right?
Mm-hmm.
A cheat code will give you what you swear you want. And then you get it, and you're like, "Oh, I just passed that whole level. Okay, cool."
Yeah.
Like, you will
all the
eventually
challenges
lose.
gone, and
Exactly. So there is these sort of kind of magical numbers that really help people feel productive, and and some folks, that's checking off a to-do list. They will feel as good as if they beat the big boss on a level, just like getting their dishes done and checking some things off.
Right.
So all of us have that. Maybe a little bit, and then we're all over the map on different brains, right? But it is just our brain, how it works, and everyone has different maybe levels of dopamine being released. Where we feel the pleasure, it's called the nucleus accumbens. That is maybe a little different for different people. We're going to be rewarded by different things. You might find one thing pleasurable, someone else might think it's terrible. Like ASMR. I want to murder anyone making that sound near me.
I hate it too. I really dislike it.
ASMR in my house.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we know
But
that. We know about your
someone
feelings
else-
about that.
Yeah, exactly. Someone else would be like, absolutely, their nervous system is calm and they find pleasure in that. Right? Could we have more different brains going on there?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No kidding.
Right?
Yeah.
The
Those
other
people
thing
are
that
broken.
all of us run into, though, is how all of that, affects our prefrontal cortex, right? And that is where we handle our planning, our focus, our decision making. That's our adult part.
Yeah.
And that's where, when you have novelty and you have a challenge and you have interest and you have all of that natural dopamine producing stuff, you're going to give that thing, while it holds your attention, your full attention. So that's where we get that hyper focus, right?
Okay.
And we are a limited system. We can't do this for 4 days straight. We have to sleep and have our brain recover and reset. That's why we sleep. And we sleep a third of our lives, right? It's because this system is very expensive to run and has to reboot overnight and clean up, and you have to have the whole reboot sort of happen.
Right.
And so when you notice, when you're hyper focusing, and you guys can share your thoughts on this, you could stay up really late doing something, right?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I used to
Like,
be able to do
just-
it more than I do.
Well,
I
now
can
you're old,
now.
so-
Now I'm old and tired, but
Right.
there used to be a time where time meant not like we go to Misha and Ken's, our sister Misha and her husband's, when they were first married, we had like one baby, and we'd go over to his house and we'd say, all right, we're going to play Street Fighter until dinner. And we'd do that. Then we'd eat dinner, and then we'd play Street Fighter until like 4 o'clock in the morning. While our wives try to sleep on couches and stuff. Like that is a
So
thing
fun.
that came out of us without even thinking. It's like just
No.
play.
It's never an
Recover.
issue.
Yeah.
Never an
You
issue.
can recover because your mitochondria was still working, right? And
Yeah.
now it's not the same. But what I'm getting at is the prefrontal cortex absolutely it's a very expensive. Our brain is very expensive. It needs a lot of calories. It needs a lot of carbs. It needs a lot of rest because it is doing a lot. And so that decision-making adult part of the brain, when we are using dopamine for everything else, pleasure is coming in spades through our phone and through a video game or whatever, then this part is tired and it does not give you rewards the same way. It cannot compete.
Mm.
It can't compete. Just like if I was like, I'm the fun ant, and then you have like a crotchety ant, right? No, they're going to pick me. It's going to be so much more fun over here because I have popsicles,
Yeah.
and the other ant's trying to teach them how to like, make a meatloaf. Like it's just,
Right,
there's
right.
no comparison.
It's such
Right?
a
And
weird,
so-
such a
It's
weird
complicated.
poll. Make a meatloaf. I love it.
And since I don't visualize things very well, I can say really weird things, and it really grosses up people around me. Anyway, okay. But point is this: that part is worn out. So this is why in Time Mastery, Brian, if you remember this, we talk a lot about how to front load the unsexy stuff because we get a fresh batch in the morning. So if you had a decent night's sleep, fresh batch in the morning. And this is why when people get on a really bad loop of staying up really late or falling asleep to their phones always, like they're already depleting some of that rejuvenation that they would then have in the morning. But let's say you had a great night's sleep, you went to bed on time, you wake up, you're refreshed, it's like a restart almost with that prefrontal cortex. And then what we all do as, office working kind of folks is we waste it on email.
I'd love to know what this good night sleep thing is that you keep talking about. I keep hearing about this, and
Yeah.
I'd love to know more.
What's this foreign subject?
Yeah.
of good night's sleep.
Good night's sleep. Right. And we're talking fantasy for a second, but
Yeah.
that's what it would happen is you would have then the brain power. And so this is like our sort of consistent over caffeinated lives is that that will mimic the focus that gives it's a vasodilator. You get a little more blood in there. You can get a little focus. Some people like get jittery. That means they're too far past the sweet spot. But when you're in the sweet spot of the right amount of caffeine in your brain, you can start to do some of those things that are difficult, that are more the executive functioning kinds of things. But most of us waste that energy on stupid stuff or immediately start using really easy dopamine, right? So if we just wake up and we're like, all right, it's time for me to just scroll on YouTube for hours.
Let's get some drugs in there.
Yeah. It feels like you're just living your day, but it's this accumulation thing that sort of happens throughout the day. So if you can front end the hard stuff, that tends to go better for people. But really, it's not if you're catching my drift, Cherry, it's that it's not a focus problem. It's that your hyper focus comes because of desire, novelty, reward. Basically, all the treats in your brain are getting hit by those things that you're hyper focusing on. And it really is a matter of ordering. You could, if you cut out, deleted all of the attention grabbing things in your life, like you went cold turkey, wandered in the mountains with nothing to listen to or do, right?
Yeah.
For a couple weeks, you might be able to reset some of this. I think like meditations, silent retreats, like people have been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. And that stuff obviously can help. This is why meditation can help. There's these things that just kind of help reset or give the brain a little more muscle to stay focused in times it does not want to be.
Yeah.
But most of us are not. Most of us are literally training our brains to have 5 seconds of attention.
Yeah.
Right.
And there,
So
but
attention is really a part of it.
you are
but
saying it's reversible, though, right? Like, what I mean
It's
by that is
reversible
you're not
unless-
permanently wiring. Well, I worry about kids, right? Because if they grow
Yeah.
up with that constant distraction, and then their brains finish up their work at 26 or whatever the year is now that our brains stop developing. Does that mean they're at a distinct hardwired disadvantage, and you can't get out of that, or is that still do they have hope? Is what I'm saying.
I think, and the research is still out on this. This is so new, and we don't have any 40-year studies, right? Because
Hasn't lasted
really,
that long yet.
2010 might be the time you could, whenever they shortened the refresh rate to 0.01 second or something, and like cartoons went from, one scene would, the art would refresh at 5 seconds, whatever it was, right? It switched to very, 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 very fast pace.
Yeah.
That would be the moment I would want to study all those kids. And I don't know, I'm hoping someone's doing it. I am not aware of, there's always long-term studies that are ongoing. So somebody is probably looking at this. But I think where you find some evidence that it's problematic is anxiety rates and depression rates and some other sort of mental dysregulation that can come from constantly messing with your dopamine reward system. Because a lot of like really deeply meaningful stuff that makes us happy and feels safe and secure are long games. They're relationships, they're social connections. They are, nature, they are rest. They are things that are not fast acting dopamine. So I'm often guiding people to try to really incorporate slow dopamine in their lives so that they can sort of counterbalance this. I do know, I've got kids in this generation, right, who could do it all day and never get off. I've had a client once, I said, just quickly look at your usage for me, because she was on TikTok a lot or something. And this is a person with a job, by the way.
Yeah.
Like a full-time job. It was about 11 hours a day.
Jeez.
And I don't know. And she has ADHD and a little bit of autism going on. And so the reward and the ability, it made her so depressed. It's unbelievable. Right. And so we worked on pulling that back and working on slow dopamine and then treating the ADHD. Because that's the caveat I want to make here is that if you have ADHD, it means you are not getting enough dopamine naturally occurring because of the way your brain is sort of wired and what's happening there. Other people who do not have that are going to feel like they have ADHD, right? Because they are training. It's like we're all in training school right now to have, some form of ADHD. And it's why I've tested myself multiple times. Like, I've got to have this because I cannot pay attention about this thing I don't want to do or something.
Can you do that?
And
you can
I
test
don't.
yourself? Is that just how do you do
It's very
that?
preliminary stuff, right? It's nothing official, but I don't have it. I don't have enough symptoms to even make an appointment. But I feel
Your insurance just won't cover that. It's like you're not.
I know they will not cover it.
You're not distracted enough. Yeah.
I feel it just like everyone feels it right now.
Sure.
Truly.
Sure.
But there are definitely people who are have sort of compensated their whole lives for maybe some of this stuff that comes at them and then that kind of falls apart in their later years.
Yeah.
And that is really common. And so people are always asking, I get this question a lot. So is it just that everyone's self-diagnosing because of TikTok and really we don't all have ADHD? And I'm like, no, actually especially for women, they were underdiagnosed forever and ever because they have the inattentive type, not the hyperactive type.
Oh, I see.
An inattentive type just looks like a kid daydreaming. And then they just figure out how to be a good kid so no one's worried about them. There's so many ways to compensate and really not be full functioning. And then it's not till later when some of those strategies and the masking kind of falls apart. So I don't know if this is Cherry's story and I don't know their age or any other things about them, but it would be interesting for them to, is this new? Mm-hmm. Was this happening as a child? Because one of the diagnostic criteria is this happening as a child. And I definitely did not have this as a child.
Yeah.
And that piece of this has kind of always been ongoing. And then the rest of us honestly are just training ourselves for a marathon in ADHD. So Brian, let's take you for just a second. When you wake up in the morning after a terrible night's rest. How do you seek dopamine? And dopamine would, maybe I should use a better word, motivation. And it's motivation for anything. Like what's your behavior in the morning that is,
I mean,
wake
how,
you up,
like
get you
what stage of, because you're talking like going as early as like, how do I get out of bed, or how do I get started with work in the morning, or what?
Yeah, let's start from the very beginning.
Okay. I mean, I get out of bed because I have to, but because my motivation is that Tina's going to get up shortly after me, and if I'm not done in the shower in time, so fear is the first motivator.
Fear of bodily harm. Got it.
Fear of bodily harm.
All right.
Routine is, I mean, if routine can be a motivator, routine is a big motivator for me. It's like, all right, get up, take morning medicine, get the shower going. While the shower's heating up, I might start Wordle and then think about that while I'm in the shower. And,
Nice.
maybe that's it. It could be, that could easily be, the motivator is, I mean, but I don't know. It feels like,
Well, it's like a dopamine snack. The Wordle.
it is. Yeah.
But you hit on something. I was hoping you would just
Good.
pull out something, and you absolutely did. And that is,
Thank goodness, because I didn't see
that
it.
that routine is actually a really great way to artificially create your motivation.
Okay.
And something that you just follow, you do it every day. It's just how things get done is super helpful. For a kid, you create the routine for them. You make sure there's boundaries and lines, and they just do so much better when they know what to expect and kind of what to do next. It takes away the decision of should I do a thing, and so it sort of keeps.
It's just you just do a thing because that's the thing you do.
That's the order you do things. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's one. And then, you have sort of the thing that you do. Now, ritual, coffee's probably a piece here where you get a little zip and wake up.
Got to go over to Panera, get the coffee, get the treats.
See?
Well, not
there
the
we go.
treats,
You
but the
have your
coffee.
whole ritual.
Yep.
And then the thing I would just suggest anyone doing, if they don't have any kind of ritual in the morning, to try to start to create one. It isn't that you get the magic ritual that makes everything great. It's the ritual itself. The ritual itself just reduces decision-making and reduces the early fatigue on making choices and your dopamine system. And especially, Brian, you have great elements of pleasure-giving parts of your ritual, right? Like that's important.
Yeah.
If it was just suffering, it's not going to last. This is why diets don't work. And this is why, crazy exercise plans, suddenly when you've never done them before and you get up at 5 and work out for a couple months every morning at 5, usually don't last. There's not quite enough pleasure in the ritual to override how hard it is or whatever, right? So I would say to Cherry, like, look around your life. She's like, hey guys, I just asked why I hyperfocus. I'm like, no, we're redoing your whole life. And that's partly because it is really connected. If you don't sleep, if you don't go to bed on time and you don't get enough sleep, then the morning makes it harder, right? So sometimes you have to work on how do you get your night to work better so that you can, and it's tricky. But if this is like not ADHD, this is just hyperfocus on a hobby because it's fun, and then I don't want to do my basic stuff, you could really benefit from just reordering. So start with the crappy stuff first. So have your morning ritual that has enough pleasure that you'll do it. You don't have to make any decisions. And then you do write down 3 things you like, I have to do this. I don't want to do this. But that's where your dopamine goes. And then you reward yourself with a hobby. What you'll find is you will hyperfocus slightly less. Because hyperfocus is also avoidance, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the difference between
and
them?
then you reward the crappy stuff with the dessert.
I like the thinking of it as a reward, but it does makes the work feel like gotta do the stick before you get the carrot kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's not easy. Now, if you are struggling with ADHD, getting a really good evaluation and maybe some treatment would go a long way to make this not feel like absolute uphill battle. Like it's hard for a lot of us, but it is not. If it's so hard, you're like, I'm not functioning. I can't do well at work. I'm getting demoted. I'm, all of the things that start really crashing down, then maybe it's time to really look at that. And I know every single person can relate to this. I can hyper focus on something fun for hours, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
We've all done it. And so it's not a unique human experience. It's just way more common. And then what we have is no one walks away from those like, I feel awesome.
Yeah.
What they do think is I've done nothing I'm supposed to do. They might feel guilty. They might feel judged by someone else. Like
I know this
it's
feeling.
never just all pleasantness, right?
Yeah.
But man, if you got a bunch of your crap done and then you did your hyperfocus hobby, you go to bed happy. Like that order really, it's hard to get it. Or we'd all be doing it, right?
Yeah. If it's easy, we wouldn't need you, right?
It's just veggies before dessert, and that's just it.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's that simple.
Yeah. I mean, every kid wants veggies before dessert, and turns out adults haven't changed that much.
No, we really haven't.
All right. I think this is really helpful. Like we were just talking about how we were talking about how fast August is going. We're talking about this pre-show, and it's just so fast. And kind of being annoyed that I didn't get everything done I wanted to. But then I started thinking about what I actually got done, and I got a ton done. Like I actually am a little ahead of myself in some ways.
Nice.
Got to stop having that conversation with myself. You know what we're going to do here? We're going to recommend that freaking War of Art book again. I read it for a second time. It's a book Wendi recommended to me on this show forever ago, 10 years ago, something like that. I don't know how long ago what it was. It was something like that. And I bought it the day you mentioned it. Copy came in, let it sit for too long. Finally read it. It was amazing. And I thought, well, I'm never going to forget these principles. But then you do. And so I read it again. And that book is really, really motivational. If you're looking for, look, I know there are a trillion books out there telling you how to do things or whatever. But this book is so good at saying, hey, whatever artist you are, whatever creator you are, quit building straw men obstacles that you're constantly pushing out of your own way that are that you invented in your own head. And the book is so good at like breaking that down and kind of laying it bare so you can recognize it. Cannot recommend it enough. If you're in any kind of creative endeavor or not, just need to see the kind of obstacles you build for yourself, the kind of walls you make yourself crawl that you don't need to crawl over. It's amazing. So get that book.
And what would be a really fun episode is if someone wanted to write in about the stories they've told themselves and believe. And we could talk about the mechanisms that create that reality, because it does. Literally, you believe the thoughts in your head, your body believes them.
Yep.
And then this is that self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
Yeah.
And it's really hard to change those stories unless you say them out loud and look at them. But it's an incredibly powerful process. And I think that book does such a good job of going, yeah, I see your BS story you've been telling yourself. And now let's deconstruct that, baby. So yeah, that's a great one. And make sure it's not The Art of War.
Yeah, don't read The Art of War. Don't do that.
Whole different book.
Yeah. We're glad that exists because this book plays off of that, obviously. It's like a kind of a joke about it, but yeah.
But I assigned this book to a client, and I must have said The Art of War, and they came back and had read half of The Art of War.
Really?
And they were so confused. Like,
I'm sure, yeah.
And they're like, I asked everyone, is this what therapy is supposed to be? Yeah. We're going to learn how to go to war.
Yeah, that's funny, dude.
It's terrible.
It's up on war, it's only $16 by the way, for if you want the paperback, which is what I got. And it's great.
And it's like quick. You can read this sitting on the toilet.
Yeah. If you're like, wait, Stephen Pressfield, doesn't he write fiction, like war fiction and stuff? Yes, that's who this is. And he wrote this because he wanted to explain not only his process, but what he thinks gets him over the hump when he's trying to get, deadlines and all this sort of stuff. And he talks a lot about what you said about ritual and the kind. In fact, the book literally starts with his ritual, and I think there's some key points about that. But it's really, really good, you guys. Anyway, speaking of war, like you said.
Yeah, speaking of war. Put it in the chat, Scott. Put it in the chat. Okay,
right.
So this is a connection I have with some people who've been doing some amazing, really individual work with folks in Gaza who are trapped in their life there. And it's these two young women. One, they've already been able to raise the funds to get her to Italy, and they helped resettle her. It's two women in their 30s, single ladies who are like, you know what? I'm not sitting around anymore. And so they helped this 20-year-old woman get out, get into college there in Italy, get her settled, sort of, get that. I mean, she was literally starving. Like they had to slowly feed her to get her healthy enough to be functional so she can go to school. And she has a sister still in Gaza who wants to be a doctor, had started a medical program. And then of course, everything has just sidelined her whole life. Just brilliant, lovely human, also starving. And so we're just trying to get her out. And they raised all the money for this first sister, and they're just two normal people who are using their networks, but they're not finding it easy to raise the money. And so I heard about it. She sent me the link, and Scott has it, right?
Yep, it's in the chat now. In fact, I made you a short version. It is tiny.cc/help. Nour is her name. N-O-U-R.
N-O-U-R is her name.
Yep. So tiny.cc/help Nour. And it's that way you don't have to do this giant URL if you're just listening to the show and you're not in the chat today. I will put it in the Discord as well, but use that and you can help out. Seems like a really,
and you can
really
read
good
all
cause.
about it. We only need $14,000 to literally give her an entire life and an education. Eventually it's $14,000 a year. But once she can get there, and maybe there's other ways we can support her, but it's like American money, nothing for school, right? And to save a life and, build this family. Anyway, so I think we're currently at like maybe $3,700 or something. But
30, just about
anything
$4.
You can give would be awesome. Even if it's a freaking dollar, you guys, if a bunch of you do it, that's a lot more dollars than no dollars. So please consider.
I like this support website. We've all heard of GoFundMe and, Free Funder and all that, but this one's called chuffed.org.
Yeah. I'll be really chuffed.
I'd be
to
chuffed.
support these.
If y'all can help, we'd be chuffed.
Yeah, I kind of love it.
Anyway.
He's got to be from England. But anyway, so if anyone has questions or more, they could reach out to me too. But
yeah, absolutely.
Cool. She's just, we gotta save her life.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get her out. Let's do it one person at a time, man. That's how this should work. Nobody else is helping. May as well be people. Governments can eat it. Wendi, always a pleasure. We make sure you guys are checking out knowbetteryou.com. Sign up for stuff that's coming up and be a part of that. Anything else you want to mention before we go?
Yes, class is starting September 13th. Go to the website. I will send out a couple more emails to entice you. We've got a bunch of people already signed up. I'm very excited. It's going to be a really, really fun round. So.
Very nice. Go check it out. We'll see you later. Hey, Cappy GMAC just says, I wish Wendi segments were cut out into their own show so I could share them with people when they need to hear them. We actually do that with every segment. Mike Iceworm does them.
Oh, that's cool.
Been doing them for years, and we're using them to make a big, we're going to make a giant collection of these so that we can give them to people in whatever form we want. But if you think you've heard an episode and you go, oh man, today's segment would have been really great to share out just that with this person. They're not going to want to hear a whole podcast, but they'd love to hear this segment. We can totally do that. Just let me know.
That's cool.
If you want it, I'll hook you up. Okay. That's it for Wendi. As you can tell, she's gone now. I don't know if that was obvious.
That explains why she's so quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. She really went silent after that.
I thought I said something. Oh, I'm glad to know it's not me.
No, definitely not you. Might have been me, though. Anyway, that's going to be it for our show. Now, you may ask yourself, you'd say to yourself, hey, is there a show tomorrow?
Myself.
The answer would be yes, there is one. And it's the thing I forgot to mention. So I'm gone the weekend of the 28th, so next
Labor
weekend.
Day weekend, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Labor Day weekend's the weekend after. Never mind.
Correct. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gone the weekend of the 29th.
Correct. I'm gone that weekend.
Yeah.
And as a result, I don't know how we're going to do Playdate or what we should do.
Oh, really? So you're gone Friday, too.
So I'm gone that Friday. I leave Thursday afternoon, I want to say.
Okay.
I got to double. I'm going to check all these dates today and make sure all my co-hosts know what's going on.
So it might be surprise Playdate tomorrow is what you're saying? Because that would be...
That's the question. Do you want to do that? We'll do Playdate and then make sure we get one in?
Okay. I don't have a trivia game already set up for you. Let's do Playdate tomorrow.
All right.
If everyone's cool with that.
I would love it. Let's play. Let's get in. So tomorrow, 9 a.m., Playdate. We'll do it for 2 hours. Run till 11. That's Mountain Time, if you're looking for a good way to figure out what your time zone fits in there. And right after that, or about an hour after that, there'll be an episode of The Instance live as well. So lots going on tomorrow, and part of it will be Playdate. So
Surprise, Monica. You good for that?
Yeah.
You all right with that?
sweet.
I guess that's really who we should ask too, is if she can be there for that.
Yeah, I would hope so. If you can, great. If not, we'll figure something out. But yeah, play date tomorrow. Come play some Jackbox games with us. We'll have a great time.
Cool.
And we'll do it live. Everybody's invited, so check it out live here on the channel.
Nice.
What else? Today, Core at 1 p.m. Coverville right after TMS.
Right after this. Yep.
We'll just
Tanya
raid.
Donnelly. If you don't think you know Tanya Donnelly, well, then I've got, Feed the Tree to play for you. I've got Cannonball by the Breeders, a cover of that to play for you. You know Tanya Donnelly's work, for
You
sure.
just think you don't, but you do.
You just think you don't. And one of the greatest new wave post-punk songs, Not Too Soon by the Throwing Muses, where we can all sing like we're playing guitar.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Anyway, that's right after the show. So if you're here already, stick around. For those checking it later, coverville.com. And of course, Core at 1 p.m. right here on the channel.
Perfect.
Oh, no. Noon. Sorry. We moved it to noon.
Oh, you
Core is at
you do
noon.
now. Yeah. Noon core. Noon
Yeah,
core.
noon core. We get started a little early so we can end a little sooner. And that'll be at noon today. Sorry. I'm so used to one. I wrote it right there. All right. Let's get out of here with a song. Do you have something?
Yeah, this goes out to Captain Ed, who says, on Thursday, I turned 56, another year around the great circle in space. To celebrate, this weekend, I'm going to ride a bunch of miles and eat a bunch of donuts at the Tour de Donut bicycle event. We have one of those here. I need to do it.
That sounds
It's actually
awesome.
close to the house, too. It's really close.
What do you do?
Every quarter mile, you get a donut.
It feels like I'd
Or
barf.
you get a quarter of a donut or something. I can't remember what the deal is. Or maybe it's every mile you get a donut. I can't remember. But yeah, they do it over here from the it's Arvada Triathlon, and it's the it might also be called Tour de Donut. Anyway, assuming the rainy Ohio weather holds off, it should be a fun day. Well, should be perfect. His request is Crazy Frog or any cover of All I Need Is a Miracle, upbeat if possible. Dude, I'm going to spare us all and not do Crazy Frog. Thank you for asking, but no, not going to happen. How about a band called Iron Savior? When you hear the name Iron Savior, Scott, what music would you guess that Iron Savior plays?
Sounds like an ancillary Iron Man character, doesn't it? Like
It does, Iron Savior. Yeah, exactly.
Someone
like,
stole one of his suits, became a villain, and became the Iron Savior.
Iron
and
Savior, sure.
thought he was going to save everybody. I'm trying to think. Iron
Savior.
Maiden. I don't know. Iron
I
Maiden.
hear metal. When I hear the name, it's got to be a metal.
Oh, like
band.
genre? Yeah, metal for sure.
Yeah, genre.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
type of music. They came out with an album this year called Awesome Anthems of the Galaxy. Yeah, I think they're maybe trying to do a little Guardians of the Galaxy thing there with Awesome and Galaxy and the logo and all that stuff. But you know what? It's hair metal. It's covers. They're great, and I'm here for all of it. Here is their cover of Mike and the Mechanics. All I Need Is a Miracle, Iron Savior.
Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
I am the antidote.